Welcome. Thank you so much, beautiful souls, for tapping in, turning on, tuning in. We're just going to go right in. This is going to be for our own evolutionary spins. Take with it as you will. This is entertainment for your entertainment. You are the magician here in your life, right? So, but the raven sitting lonely on the placid bus spoke only that one word, as if his soul in that one word he did outpour. So, right, so that's deep, right? But the raven sitting lonely on the placid bus spoke only that one word, as if his soul in that one word he did outpour. And that's you as the magician, right? In your truth, in your feelings, positioned here in the 3D plane, knowing what you want, feeling what you want, understanding better, overstanding the alchemist. So you have all that you need, realizing that you have all that you need to get all that you want. And it's in this outpour of a cry, call it prayer, call it chant, call it affirmation, call it magical spell, whatever it may be, but it's when that position of empowerment, power, when you know your position, your place, and nothing is going to get in that way. And here, the magician, the alchemist, the master magician that works and co-conspires and creates with its universe, because you are the verse within the universe. Right? So welcome. This is the early rise, very early, whatever. The lover, okay? So here we are. And so all the night tide, I lie down by the side of my darling, my life and my bride. So here we are, this culmination of Andromeda, Olivia, right? We have this magician, this lover, right? So maybe that is the message to Queen of Candles, fire. So maybe in your divine feminine energy at this time, you're knowing what your heart's desire is. You know what your heart's desire wants. And here you are as the magician, sparking that flame, igniting that wave, setting the stage with mastery, with perfection to your position as you, I'm recording, as you deliver with divinity, the alchemy, the energy that is needed. Oh, lady dear, hast thou no fear? Why and what art thou dreaming here? Sure thou art come, oh, far off seas, a wonder to these garden trees. Queen of candles, queen of fire, you are embodying the magic, the desire, the philosophy, the ritual, the ingredient. You are the spell, casting into existence that which you desire and want. I love that. Yeah. So as you stand taller here in your positioning, I call into existence. Fill in the blank. Fill in the blank, because you are the embodiment of that. Understanding the universe. Y-O-U-N-I-B-I. Wait. B-E-R-S. Page of pause. Right, working on your pentacles. This pause here is pentacles. Right here on earth. Upon my touching, he immediately arose. Erection behold. Purred loudly. Rubbed against my hand. And appeared delighted with my notice. Although we're talking about a cat. Right, this then was the very creature which I was in search. So maybe finding too here on earth your prosperity. So this could be in love, this could be in career, this could be in creativity, this could be in passion projects, hobbies. This can be something taking off, something that is being realized. Upon touching him, he immediately arose. So it's like being struck by that which is your desire, meeting it here in the flesh. So this could be a lover too at best, or something that has potential to grow. It's now in its beginning stages, right? It's in the beginning stages as you create these things for yourself, even more so, and maybe having a companion, even getting a new pet, fuck it, if that's what it is, right? Maybe bonding more so, with animals too. It doesn't matter, but it's about, and I see little mouths over here too. So it's about tending to that which you are creating, right? But okay, it's impossible to say how first the idea entered my brain, but once conceived, it haunted me day and night. That's why, because this has been in your mind, 9 swords energy. This has been eating at you, right? This is like that turkey vulture, that vulture kind of spirit, eating away until you get up and get out of your own way, getting out of that 8 of Swords mentality, right? Getting out of your own way. I love that for this, right? And so you're creating this bright 8 of Swords. You're working on yourself, right? So remember I said pause is the pinnacle. So this is like a constitution that you're creating here for yourself, right? Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered weak and weary over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore, while I nodded nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, right? Suddenly came a tapping as of someone gently rapping at my chamber door. "To some visitor," I muttered, tapping at my chamber door, "only this and nothing more." The true genius shuddered at incompleteness, imperfection, and usually prefers silence to saying something which is not everything that should be said. It's in the gripping pause of this worker bee creation, right? Because it's like it won't leave you alone until you get into your United Nations, right? So the artist must art, the singer must sing, the player must play, you can say, right? 4 candles. I loved her. So candles, 4 fire. So it's building this fire. I loved her with a love more fervent than I had believed it possible to feel for any denizen of earth. So whether this is a person, hopefully first it's yourself, but either way, this birth of passion, devoted madness of love to this creation that you're creating, whether this is, like I said, a relationship, a partnership, but two together creating more, right? Because look at this picture here, forevermore. I loved her with such a passion, with such a fire, with such a fever. So getting into the element of that for you too, in your passion projects, in your creation, in my career. This is the takeoff. My investments are now starting to filter through here in the 3D. All that I have worked upon is showing for something more growth. I'm working, and now I'm seeing a return on that which I have invested my time in. It's coming, and it also could be from within, right? It's like endless, infinite idea after idea after idea after idea after idea after idea, right? Look, and then I look down and I look at masters of our universe, right? Here we are, this masters of our universe, right? And it's sometimes things aren't always what they say, and don't be so sure, Tila, right? And it's like a wink, wink. So too, this could be someone into you more too, right? When we look at this double card here, from every depth of good and ill the mystery, which binds me still when the rest of heaven was blue of a demon in my view. So keeping and presenting yourself or preventing yourself, right? With double tendencies, right? But like self-sabotaging double tendencies as to prevent yourself from thinking that you can accomplish or have or or be successful. So you limit, right, the amount of potentials you activate out of fear of consequence of success, right? So there was a loud blast as of many trumpets. There was a harsh grating as of 1,000 thunders. Judgment be here, right? In the mix, in the view. So I mean, I just got up. Well, not just get up, but here you are on this fool's journey, right? Be yourself. We're being our authentic, genuine self, showing up to the plate, messy hair disheveled, no makeup, bare-free zone, like this is me. Take me as I am. Take me as I am. And then look at this celebration, right? Because we got 3 of wells over here, right? 3 of wells, right? Here the sledges with the bells, silver bells, what a world of merriment their melody foretells. Yeah, so there's something to be celebrated. And then look at Knight of Pentacles, that came slow, Knight of Pause, right? So something came slow up in here, and it's like, this bug is to make my fortune, he continued, right? This bug is to make my fortune, he continued with a triumphant smile, to reinstate me and my family possessions. Is it any wonder then that I prize it? So it's like the value that comes from the hard work that that you put in. So like that's a leveling up. It's like somebody wanting to come in and want the cliff notes. Meanwhile, you did all the fucking work, and it's like, do you even appreciate the value meal of that which has been obtained here that you just want a cheat sheet for? Don't get cocotazo en tu cabezas. Okay. Because we got this Queen of Swords now, this Queen of Pentacles energy, this abundant mother fudging energy that is just like, she came and departed as a shadow. I was never made aware of her entrance into my closed study, save by the dear music of her low, sweet voice, as she placed her marble hand upon my shoulder. Beautiful. These are like turning into my favorite. Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Quills, right? So if you wish to forget anything on the spot, make a note that this thing is to be remembered. Do you get the conundrum of that? It's like, if you wish to forget anything on the spot, make a note that this thing is to be remembered. That's so funny. I've been very Edgar Allan Poe. I have been reading Edgar Allan Poe since a small child, and I absolutely love the wit, the sarky wit, and dark twisted humor. It's no wonder I'm a satirical humorist at best, right? With a dark sense, twisted, my dark feminine energy, like that can be associated with my strong scorpionic tendencies and things like that too. But either way, well, Queen of Quills, Queen of Pentacles here, okay? So words have no power to impress the mind without the exquisite horror of the reality. And that be the truth sometimes. And that's sometimes one of the harshest truths that we learn, even in our climb to our own plateau of comfortability or leveling of content. Because when does the quest ever end, right? Words have no power to impress the mind without the exquisite horror of the reality. Beautiful. Welcome. Thank you so much for tapping and turning on to me and with me. I appreciate you tapping and turning on to me and whatever you do. By the time this message reaches you, may you be in the best of health self, or in the mindset to become your best healthy, wealthy, selfie version of yourself. And that's why you are here, because I am a living muse here, designed, right, to help you empower your mind, body, heart, and soul in every dynamic quantum as fudge, built as fudge way, as I, do my levelings of interchange, each one, teach one, right? As I learn, as we engage and we share in our ability to be vulnerable and open in such ways that leave us vulnerable and open in such ways. May this leveling of free you to be the breed of seed that you need to be for this dynamic quantum universe of evolution and revolution that is happening here at this optimistic, wonderful time. May you ignore all the energies that are sent to distract or cause you to vibrate in another lower vibrational way. Oh, stay tuned for Enchanting Musical 333s coming real soon, because I got a new playlist too with some liners, with one-liners that I just want to say and be like, get out of my way, because we vibrating in this 2023 kind of energy. We on our energy for our energy. What you do, step aside if you got something negative to say. Let's go into the masters of the universe as we align with these rhythms and these rhymes, because people are not going to get the satisfaction of thinking that they can look at Queen of Swords, because quills is swords, right? So that's Queen of Swords, and I was saying Queen of Pentacles, but yeah, like I would prick you. I would prick you with evolution. I will prick you so much with evolution that will eat you like a turkey vulture spirit. Until you let all that freaking rot of you decay away. So you can revolutionize into your phoenix transformation state and start acting okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to help you get out of your own way. Will make me knock you silly straight. You know what I'm saying? These quills right up your ass. Ain't no sphincters to society. Did you not know? Coaching for our soak. Don't be upset about any kind of like copycat. So they can't copy what they not. They can try. It's like a knockoff version of something. Then you're like, well, what is that? And let them be. Let them be. You know what I mean? Let them be. Let me see. Let them be. Put up your shitty shield, okay? All right, time for stronger protection during these times, okay? So you put up the shitty shield when these when you're having a shitty rainbow kind of date. Right? Because that's it. You gotta just get out of there. Even if you be the grumpy wizard, it's okay if you're the grumpy wizard. You could be a grumpy wizard, okay? It's okay. Release your anger safely, though. When you are the grumpy wizard, right? Use humor. I use humor. Moco's better be glad that I fucking use humor. Because imagine if a bitch was to cast a spell. You'd be like freaking dead on sight. You're like, right? So manifest the art side of it. Dream big, okay? Dream big. Dream big, and never mind these freaking, look at devils in drag. That's what it is. They be in drag, right? Identity crisis, because they got an identity crisis. So you got moguls up your arse, acting low like a fool, acting thinking they tough, gangsta city and all this kind of stuff. You know what? They got a personal mental disorder, right? And identity crisis. They don't know who the fuck they be. That's why they come and they're looking at everybody else kind of thing, and they like, oh, let me see who am I gonna script into being, and let me mix it with this person and this person and this person. Oh, and that's me now. Fuck out of here with that bullshit. That's identity crisis 101. So let them see your shit. Let them be triggered by that which they see, because good, it's for their evolution. You know what I mean? Make no apology. Time for an energy clearing. And that's just that. Okay. Hippie, hippie, higher self, raise your vibration. Right? So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna use humor too, right? My eyes are up here, mister. Stop getting distracted. Stop allowing other people to get you distracted. Stop allowing lower vibrational energies to get you distracted with their fucking petty, pity, party, all this kind of shit. Okay, because you don't got no time for none of that. None of that. None of that. None of that. I got no time for that. I don't even pay attention to that. Look at fuck you, Buddha. They're like, fuck you, Buddha. Fuck you, Buddha, with that shit. Alignment sucks. I'm sick of this. Alignment sucks. I'm tired that you get there. I'm sorry. I'm so mad. I'm so angry and all this kind of stuff. It's okay. The only way out is in. You on your way, but they're like, fuck you, Buddha. I'm gonna take your shit, I'm gonna rob shit. Shut up. You can't even reach me over here. You don't even know what day of the week I'm on. Dick week does. These guys are ready. New beginnings are needed, and that's just how it's stated, and that's just how we're gonna breed it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like that's how you need it, and that's just how it is, and that's just it. Okay, okay, yeah, you really are a special type of fuck turd. Okay, yeah, we are. Shine your uniqueness. Shine your uniqueness. Strengthen your boundaries with these zombie wants brains, because they want your brains because they don't know how to put in the work for that kind of shit. They want to eat your brains, so you got to strengthen your boundaries in every kind of way, and that's just it. They want to eat your brains, so you got to strengthen your boundaries, because you're the angel of anarchy up in here. You're going to teach them a lesson about a lot of shit. Period. Move away from control. Like a control-based war system. Right? Double-pronged echidna penis. Lighten up. I can't help it. Well, be yourself, with or without makeup, whether the light filter works or not, whether you're in a filter or not, all this kind of shit. Accept yourself as you are. I don't care which light of dark you see me fucking in. Right? Fuck you, Buddha. They want to tell you because you're the angel of anarchy. Oh, fudging well. Don't be mad. Don't be mad. It's not wrong. It's not wrong. It's okay. It's okay. Where's the white children? It's okay. It's okay. Go say your daily meditation. Go take a shower. Go take a shit. Let that shit out. Go take a shit. Go let that shit out. Right? Because we naked Jesus up in here. Let yourself be vulnerable. Weren't we just talking about that? No drama llama. I don't want no drama llama. I'm gonna let myself be vulnerable. Find your inner peace. So people not, they want to eat your brains, eat your inner peace. Nah. I'm not brain food. Fucking Mercury retrograde is post already, is ghost, right? So time to take personal responsibility, and that's just it. That was the lesson of the blast, right? Blast from the past, right? Because shitting rainbows kind of day, you guys just get out of that way, release that kind of guilt in every kind of way, and fancy fat fucker get healthy. You gotta get healthy up in here. You gotta be healthy, and that's just it. So be healthy, and that's just it. It's a shit show, so become aware. There's a shit show out there, so become aware. Right? We gotta become aware with the shit show out there, and that's just period. Boogeyman bullshit, and you gotta shoot that shit down like, whoa, right? Release your fear. Shoot that shit down. There ain't no boogeyman out there. If you're part of that generation of kids that they raised you to be scared of the fucking boogeyman, you gotta shoot that shit down, bitchy witchy, okay? Bitchy witchy style. Bitchy witchy style, and that's just how you gotta do. You gotta connect to Mother Earth too. That's just it. Let them call you a witch, let them call you a bitch, let them call you all of this kind of stuff, but what you're not gonna get in is past these motherfucking boundaries. Okay? Because dragging load of done shit, we're not hip with none of that shit. Time for energy clearing, and then that's just a blast and goodbye. Goodbye, right? You're taking charge, right? Fucking Mercury retrograde, we took charge, right? This Mercury retrograde, you permitted, you took motherfucking charge, you took back, right? These zombies want brains kind of shit, and you're like, we strengthened your boundaries this Mercury retrograde period, right? And now you naked Jesus, and that's just period, right? So I'm repeating these cards. So be your naked Jesus on your witchy bitchy shit, and that's just it. Whether you male, female, all this kind of stuff, don't get so caught up in the language, right? Don't get so caught up in the language because it's just language, right? So here we are, because we're masters of the universe, and that's just period, right? We're masters of the universe. We're masters of the universe. You're a master of the universe. And this is how we got to go down, because there's spiritual warfare happening all around. And it's just like, okay, we got to get out of our own way, right? So you're going to get out of your own way, right? My weapon, you won't need it. You won't need it. Because you're divinely lit and all this kind of stuff. He-Man's taking the bait, get ready to release our army. So they think you took the bait and all this kind of shit, but you won't need it. Look at your weapon, right? You won't need it. They think you take the bait, all this kind of stuff. So don't lower your vibration to meet them on a plateau of lower vibrational energies that you don't need to go visit on. You don't need to, in order to go fucking visit these people, you gotta fucking go and dig down deep and go and pull out freaking bodies and stuff like that and all this kind of shit. You don't even need to go there. Let them come meet you on your vibration, frequency, and energy. They can't, right? So they gotta try to distract you from where you at and bring you down to there. We don't got time for that. I don't even hear you from up here. What are you talking about? We're not even on the same freaking like time span. What are you talking about? By the time they see you, that was years ago. The serpentoid creating machine, right? So you're getting into your own time, align, and space, right? They don't even know what dimension you be on. They don't even know what reality. They don't even know what day of the week you're on, right? So those fools won't stand a chance. Period. They won't stand a chance because you're equipped for this. You're divinely lit, guided, and protected, right? So I wonder what other tricks Skeletor has up his sleeve. Don't even wonder about that, because then you just open that fucking portal's doors to see more into their nonsense and fuckery. You don't want to even see. I don't even want to see, oh, Tilo, would you get me out of this, please, right? Because then you're gonna be like that, calling on your guidance, the ancestors, and all this kind of stuff. Please help me out of this fucking little shit, because I had to stick my nose and get curious with it. Curiosity killed the cat, right? So go back to that fucking routine. Had no reason I shouldn't join my father and He-Man now that I fixed the lasso. Divine feminine energy fixing the lasso, right? Sai, the things I do for you, right? So the things you do for humanity that you could sometimes go unnoticed, or you feel unnoticed or undervalued and underappreciated. And I feel like this Mercury retrograde season that you went back in and you strengthened your boundaries, and you're still implementing them, because this post, like, this is now applying that which you have learned, right? Because you can learn a lot of shit, but until you apply and put that shit into put in good use, it's just the information you won't going in one ear and out the other, and nah, you're not with none of that scenario either, right? So now let's find man at work, right? So now you're getting down to business. You're getting down to business. Those villains, I can stop them with my freeze ray, right? This reminds me of that like baby witch mentality, that they think they could go write your name down and your deeds or whatever, and then go store you in some kind of jar and put you in the freezer. I think they froze you. That's what I just read that. Like those I will put your name and freeze you. Okay, good try. But this is Tila, okay, and this He-Man, this is Masters of the Universe. So she gonna freeze you. You freeze yourself. I think that's funny. Like, baby. Okay. I like everything with ice anyway. I do. I don't like, if I'm not drinking something hot like coffee, if I'm drinking, everything has to have ice in it. So good, please, because I like my shit ice cold. By the power, girls, go, do. Damn, mother fudging straight. Get into your masters of your universe, right? I have the power. Yes, you do. Here, I'm gonna leave that one out because that might be the title of this shit too. I have the power. Yeah, you do. You do. You do. You have the power. You have the power. The army awaits my command. No, my command. While these people are fighting for power, you have the power. Oh, while these people are fighting amongst one another for power, you have the power. Let them get stuck on that leveling of stupid. While these people are fighting amongst one another for power, you have the power. Let's go a little deep, dark, and dangerous. Let's see what other messages we have here. For those of you tapping and turning on, tuning in with I. At this moment in time, what kind of shadow side of life can be brought into light that we can extract and start getting out of the fear-based conditioning that can leave us, confused? Let it be with deep, dark, dangerous clarity, that we got the information that we need and the wisdom that we see to apply it in our lives in every kind of dynamic, quantum way, and be everything that we know ourselves to be and not know ourselves to be. Okay, so what wisdom can be bestowed upon us in the now to be illuminated? Dragon, I love me my dragons. Okay, so next, darkness. So out of darkness emerges light, right? 19, 10, new beginning from darkness, right? Emerging light. The darkness is necessary. It is the place of possibility and rest. It is natural and beneficial to experience some cycles of darkness. You can illuminate your way through dark times. Not everything unpleasant is evil. Not everything unpleasant is evil. So stop being fed that toxic spirituality to close the door on everything that challenges you to grow. That's ignorance and that's immaturity. To already shun somebody that triggers you in a way and already associate it. You're toxic. You're just hating on me, or this and this and that. No. That's not it. I didn't mean to point, but this pointing finger came out. I don't know who that was. Because I don't like to be pointed at. So I make a conscious effort not to really point. Like I don't, because it's condescending. And it's like, or we think it that way, but it's not. It's just speaking with authority and conviction. Wow, conviction. Have conviction when you speak. And if you don't have conviction with that which you speak, then shut the fuck up until you do have conviction with that which you speak. Yeah. The embodiment of the night is the goddess Nyx. She was one of the primordial or original deities emerging at the very beginning of the universe. Her fathers were chaos and or fame, one of the oldest of gods. She fell in love with Erebus, darkness, and created ether, light, and Hemera, day. She self-created the infamous three fates, the Morai, as well as Apate, deception, Dolos, nemesis, balance, and retribution. The Kyries, the Hesperides, Oases, misery, Momus, doom, the Onarian, nightmares, Hypnos, sleep, the Natos, death, Pilates, friendship, Geras, old age, Eris, strife and discord, and Charon, the ferryman of the underworld. In the Orphic tradition, Uranos, the god of the sky, was also a child of Nyx. She is often referred to as the Dark Mother in Greek mythos. Elementally, a first goddess who begat many other important deities, the Protogenos. So you hear all this cellular, molecular connectivity. This is why our physiological being should be studied. I'm fascinated by our human body connection to that which goes deep into, like, our genealogy goes deep into even scripture. Our genealogy goes deep into scripture. So does archaeology go deep into our physiological system. We are one in all systems, physiological, biological. It's so deep. As she is one of the oldest and strongest of the Greek deities, even the mighty Zeus is said to not provoke her. Do not provoke her. Do not provoke her. After angrily chasing Hypnos into Nyx's cave after being tricked by him and his own wife Hera, Zeus would go no further than the entrance. Looking at most of her progeny, it would be easy to think that Nyx is evil or that her darkness could have a negative judgment. Nyx should not be viewed this way, winged and beautiful. Nyx is simply the night. No judgment on whether that is better than the day. Paradoxically, she creates light and day. She brings balance with Nemesis, Philotis, and the Curie. She brings rest with Hypnos and Thanatos. Nyx just represents the darker nature of how the world works. It's like me and my cousin Lady Strange, we were talking about the different bird species and our animals, you know, like she is also another animal whisperer herself. And our relationship with the wildlife is it's beautiful. And so we were talking about the bald eagle that's around here and the hawk that hovers. Sometimes there's hawks around here too. And this is survival. This is like this is the way it is. Like they go after, like, you know, the birdies that I be like, you know, daily with all the time. And like, so it's like, stay away from our section. Not that we're stopping you from eating, because we know it has to be done. It's like when I see the fox at night and he had his kill in his mouth, it's just like, oh, I feel bad for the rabbit too. But it's just the way that it is. Like, you get what I mean? I can't call the hawk or the crow or these animals that I adore and find majestic too evil for eating the squirrels or the little birds that I love too. It's just the way it is. And we were literally just talking about that too. And it's just like, you know, it's like when it's just finding the equilibrium of peace within you, knowing that, you know what I mean? So it's complex, finding acceptance in the all that is without passing judgment. Hear the fucking blue jay? That's not loud. They're very loud. They're just loud. They make their presence known. They walk with a very puffed out chest of pride. They're gorgeous. Night blooming jasmine. Look into this plant companion, crystal companion onyx. I used to love these onyx bracelet ring that my grandmother used to have when I was little. I used to take from her because I was just so drawn to it. Hecate, Hecate, illumination is illumination 21:3, right? Dark illumination, right? Because 3, the unity, the unifying between the divine masculine, feminine, and creating the Holy Trinity within our own being, right? Deep, seek and you shall find. Sometimes you need to travel through darkness to find the real treasure. Almost anything worth doing takes time. Move off the crossroads. It is time to make a considered decision. Keep your focus on your purpose. Do not wander off the path. The duality of this card is darkness and illumination. For a long time, the so-called dark goddess got a bad rap. People thought if a goddess was of the dark or looked a certain way, scary, then they were evil or nasty. The Christianization of certain mythos twisted many stories as well, and particularly those deities, usually female, who were perhaps magic makers, sorcerers, too independent or feisty, who were remade into evil and dangerous spirits. Stories of Circe, Kali, the Morgan Le Fay, and Medusa are examples. And so when we look at a complex figure such as Hecate, it is important to understand that paradoxically, a dark deity can actually be an illuminator. When Persephone was taken by Hades into the underworld and Zeus and Demeter negotiated for her return, it was her friend, the goddess Hecate, who lit torches for her friend to guide her home. Persephone was allowed to return home for half of the year, and she was guided through the darkness on her return by Hecate and her torches. From that time, Hecate became Persephone's guide and companion, Propolos serving or attending on her annual journey to and from the underworld. Similarly, in 340 BCE, the greatest general of the age, Philip II of Macedon, was ready to complete the attack on the Byzantines and their allies, the Athenians, after a lengthy siege of the walls of Byzantium. It was dark and wet, moonless night, and Philip thought this would be the perfect undercover foil for a final push and surprise attack on the city. His troops prepared for an assault on the city and were very confident of success. Happily for the Byzantines, the patroness of the city, Hecate, favored knights such as this too and was watching. As Philip's soldiers began forming their attacks, Hecate lit her bright torches in the inky heavens. This unexpected bright light awoke all the watchdogs of the town, and they began to loudly bay and bark. The garrison was awoken, and they foiled Philip's attack. This was the turning point in the siege. To thank Hecate, the city erected a special statue to her, referred to as the Lampadophorus torchbearer. It was erected on a hill above the Bosphorus Sea to commemorate Hecate's defensive aid. Hecate literally carries a torch even though she stands in the opaqueness at a crossroad or under a moonless night sky. Yeah, she carries a torch when she is striding through the darkness of the deep underworld, yet she is actually lighting the way out for all of us. Plant companion is garlic. Crystal companion is moonstone. All right, one more for the road and then we gotta go. Okay, so I hope that you enjoyed this. It's your opportunity to like this video, to subscribe to my channel, to check out all the playlists that I have there available, to check the description box for more information on how you and I can further connect. I want to thank you all for helping me grow my channel. We are almost at our next live party celebration. Come craft party with me, where for every 1,000+ subscribers I reach until I make my 10,000 subscriber goal, we are going to party live, where there will be giveaways, cash prizes, let me buy you a drink, and a whole bunch of good stuff, and some intermingling during a live and stuff like that. So one more message for us at this time before we close out. Tap in, turn off, turn and tune out and continue with our dailies, right? Dragon. All right, I'm going to take the dragon because I've seen the dragon again. So that's it. Dragon, treasure, 4 deep. We're going to go dive deep into the treasure of the dragon. Okay, this is why I hate the misconception of when dragons are bad. I've been talking about this for so long, but I'm like, I hate when people refer to dragons as bad, because they are one of my one of my early on mystic spirit animal guides. Like legit, like I have been introduced to spirit dragon really early on, and then reintroduced as an adult, where it was the most magnificent personal spiritual experience that I had, that it was just so grand. Like, and they don't look like, I knew that it was like a dragon kind of thing, but they don't look like how we imagine them to be depicted. It was something else, and I was just like, what the fuck is this? That it took a while for me to like really adjust and see that which I was believing myself to see. Like very, very I see why we become afraid. Like, especially when we don't know, like But good thing this is the spiritual awakening, mysticism, initiation that I'm guided etherically to not be afraid. You know what you treasure. Change is natural. Holding on to what is impossible long term. Protect what is important to you. Set proper boundaries, and trouble may avoid you. Be strategic, think ahead, be brave. You can actually triumph if you try. Duality, value, not of value. Hoarding, scarcity. Perhaps one of the most well-known creatures of the darkness across many world cultures is the dragon. From ancient Sumeria, Japan, China, Korea, right across to Egypt and the Middle East, across Europe through the Bible and even Sufi poetry. All have dragon lore. While they may be described differently depending on where you come from, dragons almost always have a serpentine form, are large-tailed, scaly, and often live hidden in places like caves, deep pools, or inside mountains. Asiatic and Middle Eastern dragons are the most like great serpents, sometimes with legs, sometimes without, and are often strategic and intelligent in their mythos. Chinese dragons are beautiful and are considered aligned with the element of rain and bringers of good fortune. The European dragon is most often winged, can breathe fire or spit venom, and has often been the target of heroes who kill them in order to win a prize, overcome something, complete a given task, or recover or steal the dragon's hoard of treasure. It is the aspect of the mythos that is intriguing. Dragons can be seen as both gatekeepers and protectors of treasure, what is valued, and at the same time, sometimes the dragon collects the shimmering gold and jewels for themselves simply because it is beautiful to them. Sometimes the treasure is being guarded for a purpose, good or bad. Yet the dragon must be overcome for the hero to be rewarded with some of the treasure. In the Norse sagas, there is a wonderful story of the hero who makes his money by working out various ways to sneak past sleeping dragons. In the English saga Beowulf, a slave steals a single cup from a dragon's hoard, and the dragon knows of it and begins to raise the city around. Beowulf takes 12 warriors with him to slay the dragon, but when they see it all but one runs, Beowulf battles the dragon, but his sword shatters and he is mortally injured. Both he and the dragon are dying. He tells the one warrior who stayed that he must bury the majority of the dragon's treasure, lest the cowardly soldiers come back to claim it, and he and the dragon die, both without the precious treasure. Both terrible and beautiful dragon magic is still strong today. So many films and games still mention dragons, and the motif appears on flags for sports teams and in popular culture everywhere. More likely now than ever, dragons are increasingly seen as benevolent, intelligent, often wronged by humans. Plant companion orchid, crystal companion emerald, or typically gold. Beautiful. So thank you so much for tapping in, turning on, tuning in. Is that on the... Let me see. Sorry, hold on 1 second. I was so grateful to be here. All right. Let's do one evolutionary reading, and then that's it. And then for real we go. So what message can we offer to the evolution of us at this time? Change. Three, two, because Andromeda, parallel, universe, things change. I feel like we got this before. In physical reality, change is the only constant. We spend so much time and energy trying to keep things the same that we miss the profound experience that change brings. Andromedans live in a very unusual reality paradigm, that of constant change. The change is so dramatic that the only way to orient yourself in reality is to have a strong inner compass based on consciousness. You have pulled this card because either you have a strong connection with the Andromedans, you love change, or you need to connect with Andromedan energy and let go of the fear of change. This is your next lesson. It may seem odd that the energy of a galaxy outside of ours is being utilized instead. The reason for this is that you can see yourself more clearly when there is a contrasting idea that can serve as a comparison. The energy of the Andromeda galaxy provides this contrast to help us see ourselves more clearly. Within the template for experience in our reality lies the issues of polarity. This is a primary theme we must explore on our way back to wholeness. In addition, we have a tendency to like things to stay the same so that we can feel safe and secure. This part of our nature is based on ego need, and until we transcend that need, we will always stay stuck. Living in an Andromedan reality requires us to create an anchor to reality in our own consciousness rather than in the outside world. This is an important concept that actually has to do with how humans will eventually master space travel. We're going to talk about that. It is also profoundly connected to spiritual awakening. Thus, Andromedans act as masters and guides for our evolution, teaching us to move with an Andromeda in this video today. Like Andromeda. And the embracing of the changing nature of reality. If this card appears in your spread, look closely at your relationship to change. Are you addicted to it or do you fear it? Perhaps it is time to forge a new relationship with one of the only constants of life, which is change. Beautiful. Thank you so much again. Until next time.